As the dust settles on what could be the trade of the century, what can we do as Red Sox fans to protect ourselves from the fallout? Welcome to A Fan Divided. I'm Holly Mindillo. The first thing we need to do is prepare ourselves for the worst case scenario, the Dodgers winning the World Series. We also need to remind ourselves that sometimes things just don't work out. Take Adrian Gonzalez. His swing was tailor-made for Fenway Park, and yet he struggled in many clutch situations. Consider his last at-bat as a Red Sox. It was the bottom of the 10th in that ridiculous Angels game. He was up and he represented the winning run, and he struck out swinging. On September 1st of last year, the Red Sox still had a game lead against the Yankees, but they were trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. There were 2 outs again, the bases were loaded, and Adrian struck out looking. That game was the beginning of the end, for both the season and possibly for Adrian's time in Boston. For whatever reason, it just wasn't a good fit. It's like in a relationship, when 2 people seem like they should be perfect for each other, but something just doesn't click. That's a good way for us to look at the relationship between Adrian Gonzalez and the Red Sox. Because in years to come, and maybe in the not-so-distant future, it'll look like Adrian was the one that got away. Adrian was also the price we needed to pay to move Carl Crawford and Josh Beckett. The last thing the Red Sox needed going into the offseason, and more importantly at the start of next season, were questions swirling over Carl's health and Beckett's commitment. I did feel a twinge of guilt when Beckett joined Twitter just to say thank you to the Red Sox fans. And I think the time will come when we can look past everything that has happened since last season and remember Josh Beckett as someone who helped us win the World Series in 2007. When you think about it, we do owe Josh a lot more than we owe Adrian or Carl. And thankfully, we no longer owe any of them any money. That is the #1 thing Red Sox fans need to remember. This deal gives the Red Sox freedom. It gives them the ability to start focusing on the strategies that made us world champions, to start building a better team for the future. It gives the fans and the team a fresh start. And fans, if all else fails, in a little over a week, football is back. Glorious football. And that is where our attentions will turn next time. Until then, I'm Holly Mindillo, and I am A Fan Divided.